Bots in old school RuneScape are taking over the game, there's no denying that. If you log into almost any place on the map, it's very likely you're gonna see a computer software run an account for one purpose and one purpose only, which is to trade in the money they earn for real life currency. It's a real problem, and Jagex unfortunately doesn't wanna take either responsibility, or they just have monetized incentive to not ban them permanently. Ignorance is bliss at the end of the day, but that's not why I'm here today. These days it's just too easy to make fun of Jagex that it's not fun anymore. So instead, today, I'm gonna try to make fun of the bot owners who are writing lazy scripts for their bots. You see, the main issue with bots that run fairly simple scripts is that they don't account for other player actions. That player in this case being you or me or any other real human around us. So what we can do is use that to gain an upper hand on them and make some bank. And when I say make bank, I mean these bots are dumping out gold. So today I want to show you a couple of different methods you can use that require almost no stats or experience beforehand. And our goal is simple. Not only are we gonna deny gold on the bot owners, but we're also gonna take it ourselves. Before we do start though, just a heads up, I'm already working towards my Leagues 4 content, which is gonna start next month. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe to get the best Leagues content on YouTube. Pinky promise. Okay, let's do this. First up, I want to start off easy. LMS. Everyone knows how easy it is to make money here at this day and age. You don't have to be good at PKing, and it's also a perfect place to start PKing because you don't really risk anything. I spent about 3 hours in LMS today, and I'm not joking when I say that about 95% of my opponents were bots. Occasionally I did find like 1 or 2 players who were trying to learn PKing, which, you know, kudos to you guys, but the bots were the real moneymaker here. They don't fight back except they have auto retaliate on, so you can just simply pray against that and kill them. Killing a single bot here is about 40k GP give or take, because you get 1 point for a kill and you also get bonus points for outlasting all the bots. There were so many cases where I got 7 points, which is the maximum you can get per game, and currently 7 points gives you almost 250k gold. One game lasts less than 10 minutes, so it's very possible to make up to 2 million GP an hour here if you just face bots over and over again, which honestly it's very likely right now. These scripts are so lazy that all they pretty much do is enter the game, go AFK and hope you can snipe points. Since it does take zero effort on the bots part, they're just basically printing free money. So take advantage of these bots while you can, but before you start picking out rewards for your points, make sure you check out the wiki page for LMS rewards because they adjust the best point per GP. The safest 3 options you can pick are Magic Short Bow Scroll, which is 5 points, then we have the Dragon Pickaxe Upgrade Kit, which is 14 points, and the most common item people buy is Rune Pouch Note, which is 75 points. I noticed that these 3 items constantly have the best GP per point ratio, but there are other options out there as well, like glue boxes, wilderness scrap teleports, and few other rewards. Okay, now it's time to actually attack the PKers and make them lose money. I actually made a video about this in the past, and today I wanna go back and see if that method still works. I wanna know if bot makers are getting smarter, or is this still one of the best money makers in the game? Yes, the thumbnail of this video was correct. This is indeed literally one of the best money makers in the game, and it has minimum requirements. Firstly, I would recommend having an account between 70 to 100 combat. Nothing more, nothing less. That's because we're hunting Revenant bots, and these bots usually range between these brackets. First of all, let me make it very clear. We're not here to PK them. We're here to just pick up free money. That's it. Last time I came here, the scripts were so basic, all they are doing is protecting prayer and trying to run to edgefill after I teleblock them. And by the looks of it, nothing has really changed. It's still the same principle. The bots run on a script that prays against your weapon of choice. So if I use crossbow, they pray range. If I use TDS, they pray melee. But when I use a magic staff like the Staff of the Dead, they think you're planning to mage them, but in reality you just slap them around with the staff, which makes the bot go to error mode, and it doesn't understand what combat style you're using. The only realistic requirement is that you need teleblock and the entangle spells, so basically 85 magic. To my surprise, this method works even better now. I'm not even joking, I made like 1.2 million GP in less than 10 minutes here. I just run to the cave, pick out any bot, and trust me, there are bots in almost every single world. Then I just chase them down for 2 minutes, pick up my 300 to 500k loot and go again. Currently this really can be up to like 10 million GP an hour if you get lucky with the bots, but you're almost guaranteed to get at least 6 to 7 million GP an hour with this method. And like I said, you don't have to be good at PKing. All I'm really doing is using teleblock, entangle, and then hitting them with my staff. That's it. Sometimes I throw in a few crossbow hits as well. And when I say that they're in every single world, I mean it. And there is even multiple bots in a single world. It's gotten so bad that the bots are now crashing each other because during peak times, there just isn't enough free spots to farm revenants. There was another player on Reddit that was doing this exact same thing, and he said that in a few weeks he gained over 400 million GP by just killing the same bots over and over again. He even asked that he just got kills only like 50% of the times, and he can't imagine how much money they're actually bringing in if this is only from one player. Imagine a bot farm that has 100 bots or even 200. It's an insane moneymaker for bots, and it could also be insane moneymaker for you. There is a silver lining here that every time I kill one of these bots, they do have to pay another 100k fee to enter the Revenant caves. So you know, you win some and I guess then you win some again. If there was one method I would recommend you try out, it would definitely be this one. It's easy to get right, it's tons of money and very accessible to medium level players. To be honest, I would even consider making a new account that is just hunting these bots, because it would take like a week to build the account and then you can have loot like this guy did, literally farming hundreds of millions of GP. Okay, let's talk about other methods as well. One of my most favorite methods of hunting bots was around Air Obelisk. It is the most brain dead activity I've ever done, and somehow I found literally the perfect set of bots to farm me some money. So what's going on here is simple. We have 5 bots who are all doing Air Obelisk training / money making methods. All of them are gonna have like 25 to 35k inventories, and it's pretty straightforward. I teleblock and just kill them. The other bots are not teleporting away. They don't really care if I kill them because they just re-gear, go back to Edgeville and continue doing this over and over again. The bot script is perfectly capable of understanding that it died and understand how to come back, so you can basically do this infinitely. One inventory of this takes about 3 minutes give or take, and it's usually around 150k because like I said, one bot drops around 30k GP. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on how many air orbs they've done. And it's that simple. You bank your 150k, you run to the obelisk, you kill 5 bots, you bank your 150k and rinse and repeat. It's basically like 5 bots are farming air orbs for you, but you won't get banned. Instead, the bots will, hopefully. So instead of doing one inventory at a time yourself, why don't you kill 5 bots and do 5 inventories at the same time? You can make up to 2 million GP here, and again, the same principle applies. You don't need to be good at PKing, you just need to find 5 bots that are similar combat level to you. I did this for like a half an hour, and I think I made almost 1.1 million GP just looting these bots. It's a great place to start off your bot hunting adventure if you want to get a quick warm up. Oh, and by the way, the black chinchompas work exactly the same way. There are bots in almost every single world. God, okay, just saying those words out loud is very sad to hear, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's just the sad reality we live in. So there are bots in every single world doing black chinchompas, and they have similar loot. The difference is that you can get lucky with black chinchompas and get like 100k loot keys, sometimes even like 200k loot keys. But it's the same style. You get 5 loot keys within minutes, you open them up, use Revenant Cave Teleport to get right back and repeat the process. With black chins, you can even get up to 3 or 4 million GP an hour if you're lucky. Okay, let's go tackle some RUNITE bots now. So this was super interesting to me, and one location that I was genuinely impressed with. First of all, I felt like the RUNITE bots had so much better scripts compared to every other activity. They had one tick logouts, they chose their words very carefully not to overlap. It felt like an actual process instead of aimlessly writing 2 lines of code and hoping for the best. The most impressive part was when I finally managed to catch a RUNITE bot, and immediately all the other bots logged into my world, and they have this sort of group mentality where they run into multi-zone and they just start ragging you. The entire purpose of ragging is to make sure that the bot who has all the RUNITE doors can escape. They have looting bags, they have crossbows, dragonstone bolts, and it's like a well thought out process. I was actually quite impressed with this. Unfortunately, the RUNITE bot did escape, and when I started attacking the bot who was ragging me, immediately backup came again. It was quite interesting to watch this process. And I know there are some people who are like, well, Kriibus, how do you know they're bots? Well, first of all, there isn't a 100% guarantee. Never is. But there are a few telltale signs like their usernames and their stats and their in-game actions. Initially, I think think these were meant to be Salcano bots because they have exactly the stats required to complete Song of the Elves, but I think the script maker can just run any mining script they want, so you can see how they have like 20 million mining experience by just doing RUNITE tours, and later on I started hopping worlds and found even more of these accounts. So it's like an entire bot farm setup only for mining. And this wasn't the only location as well, there is like 2 RUNITE rocks in Ice Plateau, even more deep wildy. But I only saw like level 3 accounts there, so they might rotate these around depending on how they set up their system. Oh, and also one more thing, this was so freaking hilarious. I'm still giggling even though this happened a few days ago. Basically, I'm just hopping through worlds for mining bots, and I find this level 60 with 2 keys on him. Since I had the levels, I was like, damn, okay, let me try to kill him, why not? And he starts trash talking me, saying, get off me right now or you will die. And I'm already laughing at the situation. First of all, I don't really care, and secondly, it's the wilderness, everyone dies, including me. So I go for the spec and he says, okay, fine, you will die now. And as soon as he types out okay, I spec him out, and I wish I had recorded my voice because I was laughing so freaking hard at this. So I pick up the loot keys, and now I know that someone is probably coming for me. I just see a beaker with full void pop up on my screen, and immediately one dick press the logout button and get out. You know, killing bots is fun and all, but that was genuinely enjoyable experience. A cocky beaker thinking they ruled the wilderness and then getting sent to Lumpy. The loot wasn't the best, I got like 300k off him, but honestly it was the dot that counted. Very funny. And finally, the reason why I made this video in the first place. I wanted to go hunt green dragon bots. That's why this idea came to life in the beginning, because in my head I thought this has to be the freest best loot ever. Unfortunately, I'm a little late because just a few months ago dragon bones were 4k each, and now they're like 2.3k each. But to my surprise, there was literally not a single green dragon bot in the wilderness, and I mean literally 0 bots. I'm not sure if bot makers just don't think it's good money anymore or what's going on here, but I went through every world in every location and I just could not find any bots at green dragons. Just simply nothing. The only thing I found was this poor noob who initially I thought was a bot because that person did have bot gear on, but I just think it genuinely was a noob, that's it. I killed the player, I go look at the bank key and I got a piece of the cannon, so I assumed the player was just doing green dragons with a cannon. But you know what, in my journey to do great, there was bound to be some collateral damage in the way. I only wanted to hunt bots, but that's wilderness for you. Anyways, this video is supposed to be funny and sad at the same time. That wasn't the intent when I started recording this in the beginning, but about halfway through the video recording, I realized that there are literally thousands and thousands of bots in the wilderness in various locations. I didn't even bother to check places like lava dragons and the wilderness bosses that are even more filled with bots. So we have locations like the Runors, Samarak Wines, bots that are hunting the Eternal Glory, LMS, Revenants, Air Obelisk, probably even Green Dragons even though I missed that location. Wilderness bosses, Chinchompas. There are rumors that bots are now doing Wilderness Slayer because it's very profitable. And I probably missed a few locations. So to say that the wilderness is filled with bots is definitely an understatement. I hope Jagex genuinely starts dealing with this problem because it's just not a good look for the game at all. If I can find bots in every single world and I'm just one player, I can't imagine what happens in a 24-hour window in every single world. It's just not looking very good right now. But that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe. I love you all very much and I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Bye.